going up. We going crazy, going bonkers. Produced by Ziggy, Zay Ticky. Believe that.
It ain't peaches, it'll deceive you, boy, believe me. What you know about a jungle made with nothing but semen. No creepy crawlers, just heathens that prey on your weakness. Smell the slightest hint of fear, and the stainless you'll eat it. Gang bangers that greet your test on their face like Weezy. Pulling up by the ounce, walking around looking sleepy. I'm from a town, no integrity, a broken city, disrupted. I know niggas were real hook now, turning into suckers. When it comes to murder, it's nothing. Rallos get pulled over scuffles. Bumpy road around this motherfucker, your life means nothing. It ain't peaches. Niggas walking around with no feelings, with a chip on their shoulder, saying the world don't feel it. Trying to earn them some millions so they can split with they niggas. I know cats that died broke because they lost all ambition. When it comes out to get
Welcome back to another edition of More to Live For. Got a special one for you tonight. As we all know, football season is slowly approaching. Actually, it's approaching kind of fast, so pause on that. But being that it is, I kind of wanted to know, kind of get a jump out on things. With an NFC South prediction, being that I am a Carolina Panthers fan, but anything that I do on this channel, dealing with sports, I would always like to have, A1 Forever Sports, to be a part of that, because that is a sports channel, and that's where you can find, premium sports news. So once again, we're back at it again doing this NFC South prediction. So, with no further hesitation, let me introduce my special guest tonight for this program. What's good with you, cuz? Introduce yourself to the people once again, man.
What's good, everybody? It's the one that's cool and fly too. It's Chris Tipmore of A1 Forever Sports, man. Just our sports channel is just promoting, being generational, because it's always time to be. Sports content, sports talk, debates, highlights, different things like that. Steady growing the channel, steady putting out extra content and working on different things right now. I just covered the Falcons training camp and everything, so I got some videos up about that, analysis and whatnot. You guys can go check out if you're a Falcons fan, or if you just want to check out the other media. But I also got other stuff on there too. So we'll love to have you. Go ahead and stop by. Like I said, A1 Forever Sports.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. And once again, man, definitely appreciate you. And kind of just to piggyback off what I just said, man, it's definitely it's important for me to anything I'm dealing with sports. I got somebody that specializes in sports and got a channel all about sports, which is you. And to further to go into what you said, I just heard you describe a particular video, and I think it's very important that my viewers as well.
On August 12th.
That video that you talked
this
about.
This is a complete turnaround from last year, as none of the starters
this particular video here,
they were all rested.
Slowly but surely approaching, close to 3,000. So we definitely know what you're talking about when it comes to sports, and definitely these Falcons. So we're going to dive into this NFC South prediction and kind of, figure out how we think things going to go. So me personally, because like I said, man, I think Carolina got a good chance at being the second best team. Being that with everything going on with it's just a lot of moving. It's just a lot of moving pieces in the whole NFC South right now, except for Tampa Bay, really. But now they got offensive line problems. So I kind of want your take.
Well, as far as Carolina goes, being the second best team, that's going to be hard, just because, we still don't even know who their quarterback is. I know they're going through a Baker Mayfield, and also going through, what's his name? Sam Darnold. So my thing is, first of all, you got to figure out who your quarterback is. And let's just be honest, I don't think you or anyone else really has a lot of faith in either one of them. But with that being said, you are getting Christian McCaffrey back. We'll see how that goes. Robbie Anderson, with DJ Moore. You got a couple receivers and everything, but they've been, let's just be honest, they've been kind of lackluster due to the quarterback play. So I mean, you got an uphill battle because I mean, you staring the Bucks and the Saints right in the face, and I mean, I feel like the Falcons are going to be a whole lot competitive, more than what people think as well. I know what the magazines and all the other people are saying, which they're crazy, but because they're not going 2-15. I actually think they're going to be a lot better than what people think. And like I said, we're covering some of that training camp, looking at some of the highlights, reading up on some things, man, and you know, all signs are pointing good, but of course, you know, you got to perform on the field. So preseason games coming up, but got some games tomorrow. I'm looking forward to this Falcons and Lions game, you know, and kind of like just trying to see if everybody's making a step in the right direction. So actually quite a few preseason games tomorrow.
Cool, man. Definitely. I definitely agree with everything you said, man. I think you know, everybody is you know, moving in the, you know, in the right direction as far as the division, but it's like everybody still has their question marks. And one thing that's definitely important, you know, is injuries. So you know, with that being said, I kind of want to you know, briefly, just briefly, kind of dive in, you know, to the running backs of the division, and you know, the running backs that I think, you know, I kind of want to rank the running backs and who you think the best is, you know, and kind of their weaknesses, you know, and their strengths. And I kind of, you know, being a Carolina Panthers fan, I kind of wanted to start, you know, with Christian McCaffrey. You know, one thing that you just mentioned, which is, you know, extremely important, you know, injuries, man. You know, well, actually, we talked about this on another video, but, you know, once again, you know, to my viewers, I'm pretty sure they know this by now. You know, we family members, so we talk often and a lot about sports. But one of many conversations that we've had, you know, we've talked about injuries, man. So, you know, if Christian McCaffrey can stay, you know, healthy, I definitely think, you know, well, he's already been ranked the top 5 back in the league. So I definitely think he'll be the best back in the league if healthy. But that's a big if.
I mean, well, shoot, let's not forget about, you know, well, first of all, I'm going to touch on McCaffrey. I mean, McCaffrey, for his size and everything, he's able to, you know, make a lot of big plays, but his size is also a part of his downfall as well. That's why he hasn't been able to stay, you know, healthy. That and being ran, you know, 100 times a game, you know, it also takes a toll on you.
Right.
So, you know, with his stature, it's just, you shouldn't be able to, you shouldn't be running him that often like that to be doing that. But they did go and get Foreman from Tennessee. I know he was doing pretty good last year when Derrick Henry was out. So maybe you run him a little bit more, and you kind of pitch it to McCaffrey out the backfield a little bit more, because I feel like he's more effective when he's able to move in space, you know, more so than just coming out the backfield. Especially, like I said, for his size too, he can already get a head start. Yeah, he's more effective that way, I believe.
Yeah, and another thing that I want to share with my viewers that we talked about on a previous video that we did, I really do think that him and Baker kind of need each other. Well, Baker more so need him to be healthy, and he kind of need Baker to be able to, you know, to move the ball down the field without him being, you know, necessarily directly involved. You know, like you said, without having to keep running them in the ground like they've been doing, you know, for the last 3 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, Baker's got to be competent. You know, he just got to make the right plays. And, you know, my thing is, if he was making enough right plays, just like I said on that same previous video, I'm going to have to get ready to hurry up and put everything out. But besides of that, yeah, it's just like we were saying, he already lost his job. These people, regardless of what people say, the Browns went all the way out of their way, completely out of their way to make sure they landed Watson. Exactly. It's just like if you're confident in your quarterback, you don't do that. 230. That was a huge leap. And he had already told them, no, thank you. So it's
really, I mean, taking another step, man. Like, I ain't mean to cut you off, but as far as like, I'm gonna be brief about this, but as far as that whole ordeal is really, another taking another step is really a slap in the face, being that, they went all in for, somebody that's not even gonna play this year. So,
well, I mean, we'll see how that happens. I know it's some more things going to unfold behind that, because I know some appeals and everything going on. So we'll see. Right. But I know he's supposed to be playing tomorrow, though. He's playing Friday, should I say? He's playing Friday. Yeah. So, well, still, I guess Browns fans can still get a chance to kind of see at least what they're going to be getting for the next 4 or 5 years. But,
yeah, definitely. So, so I definitely think, man, like you said, and once again to my viewers, man, we talk so much, so. Some of what I'm sharing on this video is conversations that, we haven't aired, things like that. But I definitely agree, man. He has to stay healthy, man. And there's so much going on in the whole NFC South, man. Like so many moving pieces, man. Everybody got their own thing that they dealing with. So, deciding who the best running back is, it's really, now that I sit down and analyze this with you, it's really not as easy. As I once thought. So one particular,
I still like Kamara, and then what you still got what's my man down there and Leonard Fournette. I mean, you still got Patterson, regardless of him being a natural running back or not. He's still a playmaker. So it's still, regardless whether you're throwing it out the backfield or kickoff return, because I know he said something about he would like to get another kickoff return for a touchdown.
Right.
And then I know last year we even had him listed as safety as one game. So he's just a football player. I mean, he can do a lot of things and and he's been doing a lot of things since he's been with Atlanta. Seems like Atlanta was able to unlock him, as far as other teams were not able to. So I expect good things from Patterson. He's gonna move around and everything like that. I'm kind of expecting maybe Damian Williams or Tyler Algiers to kind of be the running back, but definitely Patterson going to be in the offense. I figure he'll be used, similar to how Christian McCaffrey should be used, kind of move him around and everything like that. And then you already have Alvin Kamara, who's running and catching already and been doing it for seasons. So you can't just forget about him, because he's been consistent regardless of what people say. And like I said, you got Leonard Fournette. He's kind of like a wild card. He's kind of quiet into the playoffs. I know he was kind of quiet last year too in the playoffs, but you got him, and
he's getting some age on him too. But how you think they factor out into this season?
Be honest with you, when you got Brady back there, I feel like he needs a decent run game. So I feel like Leonard Fournette is going to be important. He's going to be important because regardless of you talking about Leonard getting some age, we already know where Brady's at.
Right?
Just like, so you're going to have to keep a run game to kind of keep the defense honest and stuff like that. So they're not just, targeting just pass, So, but it is a pass first offense though.
Right.
So, they like to pass first and then go into the run game. So we'll see what happens with it. It's capable backs in the NFC South still. You can't just really just put your finger on one. You can be a fan and choose your own.
Right.
But really, it's all capable backs right now in the NFC South. You got a couple of champions. You got a couple of like I said, you got Kamara, and then you got kind of like a gadget player. You got you got Kamara and the gadget player, as in Patterson, and CMC. So it's just I'm interested to see what kind of bounce back, pretty much really that McCaffrey can do. I don't know how he's going to be used, but he needs to be used correctly because you don't need him going down and then all you have is Foreman and then my other man, I forgot his name right now, but he was running pretty good. But you just can't lose C-Mac. You really can't lose C-Mac at all this season because you really can't bounce back from it. You've already seen it from history.
Definitely, man. Yeah, history. We don't want history to repeat itself because it sometimes, it definitely most certainly can. So, for a second, man, can we briefly, just dive in a little more on, Camaro, man? I definitely understand. If I'm not mistaken, he had some, off the field issues, during the off season. So I'm wondering would that, come with any type of suspension and and what the Saints, can do about that as far as like, trying to remain, competitive in the NFC South without him.
Well, I mean, apparently, if I'm not mistaken, he was able to get it pushed back until after the end of this season, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, if I'm wrong about that, somebody can definitely correct me. But I believe he was able to push it back into the end of this season, so they should be able to have him for the full season. I don't know about after that, but what's going to happen. But hey, like from last, I thought I had read something about him. Like I said, pushing it back. So I mean, as long as he did that, and the Saints will have him. But my whole thing is, I'm really interested to see Jameis Winston this year. I really am. I mean, I know Coach Dennis Allen. I know he's not Sean Payton, but he has been with the team for like the last 4 or 5 seasons or something like that. So he does at least know what's going on. And I really want to see Jameis, man. I really want to see Jameis. Jameis got a bad rep, I know, but I know he was injured too. But if you look at his stats in New Orleans so far, he hasn't been terrible. So we'll see what he has. I really want to see what he has because it's going to be on him. And he's got Michael Thomas now. He's coming back. I think he's in training camp healthy. And he's got Chris Arvale. What I can't even remember his name. Dang. I know who I'm talking about though. Sorry about that.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
Because I see his name, but I know I'm saying it wrong.
Hey, it's all good, man.
Yeah, man. I know they got receivers though, man, and they still got that defense, man. They got good defense, man. They really do. They really do. They got everybody kind of returning. They made some improvements. Got a couple of draft picks, so they like I said, they still have that defense, and you got to respect it.
Right.
That's my thing. You really have to respect it. And they have, I'll say one of the top defenses, in the NFC South, if not the best. It's definitely up there. It's a work in progress. I'm really just hoping that we can at least get a victory over everybody in the NFC South. That'll be enough for me. But
I think we all gonna beat each other, man. Just with everything that everybody got going on. I'm a Panthers fan, you a Falcons fan. We both right now going through we're about to enter a new system with a new quarterback. So being that, we the two franchises that haven't won the Super Bowl yet in the division. So with us having to deal with new quarterbacks, and ironically, the two teams are the Saints and the Bucs, who have won Super Bowls. Both of them, entering season with new coaches, and ironically, not they moving on from the coaches that they won the Super Bowls with. So that I think the whole division really, man, is up in the air because with the Bucs, everything they got going on, like I just said, with the new coach, but also, like I stated at the beginning of the video, with everything banged up with the offensive line, and everybody, all of them age, but you're talking about a 45-year-old quarterback and a running back that's not necessarily injury prone, but have some age on them. And then, the same thing with with Carolina with McCaffrey, his injuries, a new quarterback. The Saints, new. They really, like you said, I want to see what Winston does too, because it really could have been all Sean Payton last season. So we kind of see that, and then with your Falcons, a new quarterback. So I definitely think,
really
man, it's
interesting. Yeah, I'm really interested in that, man. It's like I said, a lot of question marks, especially when it comes to Marcus Mariota. He hasn't started in a couple of seasons, but he gets his opportunity to possibly bounce back. Does he bounce back? I'm not sure. I'm hoping for the best. I promise you, I got my fingers crossed. But I got to understand there's going to be some growing pains with this team, regardless. It might necessarily maybe a whole game, but it's definitely going to be maybe a play or two or something like that. I'm expecting these are second year guys and rookies and stuff like that. So, of course, it's going to be a slip maybe here and there, but I definitely believe we're going to be better than 5 wins. I can see us getting 7 wins, seriously. I know it would be tough, but shoot, if we beat everybody in division once, that's 3. And then if you get anything else in the division, that's great. But I expect at least, maybe like 7 games. I'm trying to be realistic but optimistic at the same time.
Well, not to cut you off, but I definitely can agree with that, man. Me personally, man, after thoroughly watching this video and being able to,
all healthy starters will play against the Detroit Lions on August 12th. This is a complete turnaround from last year, as none of the starters
so you really can get insight.
They were all rested
about the training camp. But like I said, because me personally, man, once I watch that and other videos that you got on your platform, and then things that I'm seeing on the news, man. It's the whole NFC South, man, is gonna be competitive, man. And like I said, and like you said, you hope you can beat everybody. I think all of us gonna beat each other, man. I think, man, listen, we might produce 3 playoff teams this year, man.
You never know. Because while we're talking about our division, we still don't know how good this division gonna be, that division gonna be.
Right.
I believe the Cowboys gonna be the Cowboys, but that's neither here or there.
Right.
Let me see. I'm expecting good things from those Eagles, though. I'm just thinking about other teams in the NFC who have to kind of fight through. You got the champs out there too. Can't forget about them. Seattle,
NFC West gonna be
it's gonna be different.
It's gonna be different. Shoot, man. To be honest, man, like
probably gonna be a 2-team race out there.
Yeah, 2-team race, man. I think the NFC West, it's really all about what the AFC West now. They're the powerhouse, right?
Yeah, they're the powerhouse now for sure.
So
they got a lot going on out there. I think that they can't be beat, but definitely got a lot going on.
It's a lot going on out there, man. It is. It really is. But I definitely think somebody out of that division, going to the Super Bowl. So, but to bring it back on home, with everything that that we talking about with the NFC South, realistically, two playoff teams coming out of this division, but it's definitely possible for 3. But who gonna win it and who gonna be that other team? That's what we about to find out once this season starts. But once again, cuz I definitely appreciate you, man, for being a part of this. Like I said, anything dealing with sports, I try to reach out to you and have you a part of it, man. That's what it's all about. Creating generational wealth, man. You already
know the end of this month too, man. Can't wait to the end of this month. Oh, real quick. End of this month, definitely going to be into some fantasy football. So, I'm definitely into fantasy football. Going to be having some segments on my channel about that as well. Different players. It's most likely going to be weekly, right before, Sunday hits. Probably before the weekend. I'll try to do that before the weekend just so people can be able to switch out players, But look out for that, man, because, I'm always working as far as sports go. And I like to think cousin here for having me on the channel and giving me a chance to, speak about sports once again.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. And that's what it's all about, man. Looking out for each other, man. So we're gonna wrap things up, man. Thank you for letting my viewers know and your returning viewers, about what another segment that you're about to dive into, the fantasy football thing, which is just another element of sports that you've been tackling. So I'm looking forward to that because I know a lot of people that's into that. Me personally, I don't really follow it. I've been hearing you talk about it for years, but I think that's something that's going to be super dope on your channel, and I'm looking forward to. So before we get up out of here, this is, there's been another exclusive interview, or, should I say more like a debate. Me and my cousin 81 Forever Sports, man, we doing what we've been doing for years, talking about the NFC South. We're just bringing it to you. But not only my last name more, his last name more. So neither one of us gonna settle for less, when your last name's more. So I'm gonna get ready to wrap things up. It's been another good one. Peace and blessings to all. Thanks for watching. Special thanks to my guests, and we out.
Holla.